Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to the 7th episode of Junk Drawer Art with Miss Riley. I am Miss Riley. John and I are here. You say hi?
Hi.
John and I are here hanging out on the couch today. What kind of book are you reading?
A Star Wars book.
A Star Wars book. Can you whisper read for a minute? Okay. So today, John and I are here on the couch. He's doing a little whisper reading while I talk to you guys, and we have tinfoil and an assortment of fun things to do. We figured you guys have drawn op art hands and you drew your abstract scribble art yesterday, so maybe it was time to do something a little fun and hands-on for our project today. It's also still kind of rainy and gross outside, so this will get you moving just a little bit. Today we are going to be creating tinfoil reliefs, kind of. We're going to do a little bit of embossing, kind of a little bit of burnishing, a few skills in one. So what I actually want to talk to you today about is a type of sculpture. And as I have on my handy dandy computer, the kind of sculpture we're going to talk about today is a relief sculpture. Now, a lot of times when we think of sculptures, we think of just statues out in the middle of a room. But sculptures can come in a variety of different ways, and one of those ways is a relief sculpture. So a relief sculpture is a type of sculpture that is attached to the background of the same material. So generally it's like on a wall or on a block or on a door, and it can be carved out of wood, or it could be carved out of metal, it could be carved out of stone. A lot of relief sculptures take a lot of time to do because you are taking away so much material to have it come out. An example of a natural relief sculpture could be Mount Rushmore. The president's faces were carved away from the rock, but the background of the mountain is still there. These can be very deep or very shallow. So Mount Rushmore would be a very deep relief sculpture. The one we're going to do today is kind of going to be a shallow relief sculpture. The picture that I have is of the Ara Pacis in Rome. For a long time in ancient Rome, ancient Greece, a lot of European countries, and other countries, relief sculptures were a big way of decorating buildings. So you would see carvings that told the story of historical figures or historical events or famous people, and they would use them on buildings to tell stories. So a lot of times when I was able to visit Rome, and I did visit France, I was able to see a lot of beautiful relief sculptures. So today, we are going to be using some materials that you have around the house to kind of create our own relief sculpture. You ready? All right, you want to take a break from the Star Wars book? We'll set it right here. All right, so what we have here are our design plates. We each got a cardboard square. This is actually the lid off of a box that I just got a shipment of makeup in. So you can I know a lot of us are at home, we're getting things delivered, so we just cut open a box, or cut off a box lid. So you have your square, I have my square, it can be any size, as big or small as you want, and then we have an assortment of things. What do we have, John?
Legos, buttons, puzzle pieces, clips, bands,
rubber bands,
paper clips, and googly eyes.
So we chose things that had a nice texture to them. Texture is the way that something feels or looks like it feels. If you're doing Legos, that's great, but make sure you do the flat ones, because what we're going to do is we're going to press the metal down onto it. And if you pick anything that's too high, when you push, it could punch a hole through it. So John and I are going to take these items, the buttons, puzzle pieces, rubber bands, paper clips, googly eyes, anything you have around your house. Foam pieces are good if you have like the shaped foam stickers, and we're going to lay them out. You ready? All right, lay out your design. So you can make it, you might loop the bands together. No, just leave it there. Lay it out. Lay out your whole design on your paper. You might want to do lines, you could do swirls. Now, today, you can keep going.
Or you can do an 8.
You can make it into an 8. Now today we are not going to glue these down, just because some of the items we're using, we obviously don't want to glue down our puzzle pieces and our Legos. If you want to glue them down, you definitely can. Another thing you can do is to create a more advanced piece of artwork. You can use yarn or twine, and you can actually create like a curved design or a swirl on your mat and glue it as you go and let it dry overnight. And then you can come back later, and you can do the next step the next day, and it'll create a really amazing piece of artwork. But we're kind of doing the kid version right now. Got some big googly eyes, put a few buttons on there.
And we can make a smile.
You can make a smile, absolutely.
Or a surprise face.
Or a surprised face. That's looking pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, are you almost ready?
It's gonna be a monster.
It's gonna be oh, I see him. Oh man, he looks good. Is that him?
But he's not gonna have two eyes.
He's gonna have more than one eyeball. All right, are you ready? One more. You ready for the next step? Okay.
Yes.
Now, like I said, we're going a little crazy today. We're not gluing them down because I don't want you to feel like you have to also. But if you do glue them down, it makes them a little more stable. So what I'm gonna do now is I have my handy dandy tinfoil. The thinner the better, honestly. If you get it too thick, I'm gonna roll out a piece, and I'm going to hold on.
Wow.
I'm gonna lay it straight down without moving any of your pieces. So this might take a grown-up's work to do. I'm gonna lift it very carefully and tuck the tinfoil under nice and tight. Being careful not to move anything since we didn't glue it down. If you glue it down, you don't have to worry so much about that. But we're not in a gluing mood today, are we?
Because this is the kids' version.
This is the kids' version.
Wait, did I put a puzzle piece on mine?
Oh, that's okay. I have a puzzle piece on mine. I'm going to do mine too. Push it down a little bit. Tuck it under. Once I get one side, I can kind of start lifting it a little bit and kind of fold it under. Hey, John, can you do that again? Can you grab your markers over there? I just thought that we didn't get all of our supplies. The black container with the markers in it. Yeah, perfect. Bring them over because I'm going to show them something else cool you can do when you're done. All right, now John and I are ready to make our sculpture appear. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so we have very fancy tools. Are you ready to see your fancy tools? We have spoons. These are going to be our tools that we're going to use today. You can use plastic spoons. Metal is a little bit better. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to take the back of the spoon and I'm going to start rubbing it all over my metal. We can call this, if you're doing this with metal, go ahead, start rubbing. Oh, you got to push harder than that. Actually, I like to take my finger, watch, take your finger and put it on the spoon so you can kind of get some traction there. Oh, I got a little tear, that happens. And you might have to loosen your foil up a little bit if you wrapped it too tight. Good. So you can rub all around. This kind of takes a while. Like, the more careful you are, the more you rub, the more of a design you'll get. You kind of see those rubber bands starting to pop through. It's kind of hard to see. You can start to see some of the designs coming out. Yeah, you can hold yours up too. Oh, look, there's your circles. So what you're getting in the world of metal, which I know sounds odd, I don't mean like heavy metal, but I mean like working with metal. Taking one piece of metal to polish and rub another is called burnishing. So this could be called a little bit of burnishing. In the world of paper,
Done.
I see, hold on 1 minute. We call this technique embossing when you are pushing a raised image through a piece of paper or something like the foil. So you can, well, that's the back. You don't want to turn it over like that. And so you can keep rubbing, get your beautiful image through. When you're done, you have a couple of choices. You can leave it on the mat like this. You can peel it carefully off to have the image and you can see the way that it's pushed in and out on both sides. You can also, since it's foil, take markers. Now we're going to use washable markers. They don't work quite as well. Sharpies are really the best for this. And you can take a marker. You want a green? I know what's your favorite color. And you can come in to some of the parts between your design and kind of add some color. So I'm not done with mine, obviously. I have a lot more burnishing to do. But so for example, that rubber band that I just burnished out, now I can go in and color it with a little bit of blue to add some design to this. Cool, yeah. I would be careful, don't touch it, because since it's washable marker, it'll rub off right away. Give it a little bit of time to dry. Or if you're using a Sharpie, yeah, you might make a little hole in it. That's okay, you can fix it.
How?
So, I hope you guys have fun today. Making something a little bit fun, like I said, you can use common items you find around the house to make your design, or if you're feeling extra arty and you have a little bit of time, you can kind of, you okay?
Can I do it wherever I want?
Absolutely, it's your art. If you're feeling extra crafty, you can glue some yarn down to create a really elaborate design. It's kind of just as far as you want to take it with your really cool relief sculpture. So I hope you guys have a great day, and tomorrow the sun should be back out, so maybe we'll do something outside tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. But I hope you guys have a great day. If you need me, leave comments. You can get in contact with me on Instagram or Twitter. My handle is @CSRileyTeach. Or if you are one of my students, you having fun? Mm-hmm. You can message me on Dojo, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye.
I did it.
You did it.
Now what? Now do I just leave it? Will you say, Mommy?